Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm playing Factory in the Sky 4 on the FTOG server, and I'm hanging out with the mob farm there in the back because I AFK'd a whole bunch over the last day and a half to get Inferium because I want to get into mystical agriculture, and for that, to get the top tier crystal that is unbreakable, I'm going to need a whole lot of Inferium, and the mob farm is, in my opinion, the easiest way to get to it. So for that, I did a whole bunch of AFKing over there, and have got a lot of XP. That's double. That's more than double than what I had before, and then tons and tons of resources. Added a double netherite, and it's still tons and tons. One of the things that I did find out by watching Fracture Flask's video earlier was how to reserve these spots, and went into setting slot memory, and I placed all the stuff that I wanted and then told it to select all the slots to remember them, which has been fantastic because what I can do is I can grab, actually I'll grab several stacks of these and then crouch click and get them all. And then I can place them back into the chest. Stuff that's already in there appears, and then this right here is the stuff that remains, and these things go into this chest because they're all those good things, and then this last one, the wind charge and the wither skull, those go into here. Now, one of the things that I do want to do is do some stuff here with the Inferium, and I actually have more in here than I should. Let me remove a bit, because if I have mathed correctly, to go from the Inferium Crystal, Prudentium, Tertium, Imperium, Supremium, and then the Master Infusion Crystal, which has unlimited uses, this needs Insanium, and then that one needs the Supremium, that needs Imperium, that needs Tertium, the Prudentium, and finally, oh, click on that, there we go, the Inferium, which this Inferium gemstone needs another 2. So if I have mathed it up correctly, which is always a real good question, my calculation is I need 5,462 Inferium essences to make this work. So I'm going to grab real quick, not an entire inventory, but a good chunk of an inventory, and all the rest of my Inferium should be in here. So I don't have much more than the bare minimum. What I do have over here is I moved a farm over here so that I could grow some crops. I'm actually going to tear those down because I don't need them. This is going to be immersive engineering, but having them there while I was doing stuff, yay. These little worms from Actually Edition, as you hoe the ground, occasionally you'll get some, and I happen to get some. 8 of them will go ahead and make sure, supposedly it will both irrigate as well as bone meal the crops around them. I don't know how true that is, but maybe. So to make this work, I need a diamond, and I need 28 of these prosperity shards. Let's find out. Let's hit C to do the crafting, and 4 of these go around that, and that makes the prosperity gemstone, and then 2 of these gives me the Inferium gemstone, and now I should be able to make this guy. And this is the Inferium crystal, and it has not a lot of uses, and that makes me think I may lose the uses before I can actually make that. If I hit U on this, yeah, it looks like all I can do is make the Prudentium essence, which, yeah, okay, that's nice and all that. However, that gives me 64 of those. Yeah. I may not have sufficient uses out of this guy. Oh, but, oh, and I do like how it's getting paler as it's being used up. Let's take that upstairs. I'm going to do, oh, here, let's see again. And I'm going to do 1 less than, take these 3 off. Okay. So this will be 1 less than the max amount. Yeah, I've got 1 durability left. Can I repair it here? Nope. Oh, but I can put unbreaking on it. Oh, that's very good to know. Can I repair it over here? Nope. This is totally set up to not be repairable. Well, if that's the case, then to make the prudentium crystal, I need, let's see, then it's this guy. I don't need to use as much as well, no, I will. I will have to use a lot of these. This looks like it has the full 512. And if I hit U for use, it doesn't go lower. That would be nice if it did. Because if I plug this guy in, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get all the tertium that I'm going to need out. So yes, it looks like because of the usage here, I'm going to have to do more. I'm going to have to build a second one of these inferium crystals, because I'm going to have to convert a lot of these. In fact, I'm going to have to make a bunch of those inferium crystals. Let me grab some more diamonds and some more of these prosperity shards, because if I can only convert these, that's a pain in the butt. However, I do like that this holds more. I just don't really need them to do as much, but yep, I'm going to have to create a whole bunch more, get all the way up to insanium. That's a lot of different insanium, or different essences from that, because each one of these takes 4 of these, which takes 4 of these, which takes 4 of these, which take 4 of these, which take 4 of these, which takes 4 of these. So the number explodes really fast. All right, I'm gonna have to make a bunch of these regular inferium crystals. Okay, I ended up making a total of 6 of these inferium crystals, and this one still has some uses left. So you can do this with 5, because I took the one of them before it was used up and made it to the next tier, the prudentium crystal, which you could do with this one. So you need 5, which, if I've done the math, first time, no. The second time, you need 5,486 of these inferium essences, which I think I've got all that converted now into prudentium. And I can hold it in my inventory. Yay! Okay, let's process this through. I can tell, right? No, I've got enough, because this has more durability. I should be able to complete this all, gadunk, with this one crystal. Gadonk. Yep. I should be able to do that. Good, because that means I'm not throwing off my numbers too much. All right, let's do that. And then this one, I may need more of this. Let's see if this is easily divided by. It is. All right, so there is there's a little bit left, which is okay. Let's throw this into here to get a quick count of it. And that's 341. I think I may be off by 1. So according to my calculation, I need 340 of these. So let's go ahead and that's not bad, considering I just kind of was winging this. All right. So now to convert these, because I can't convert that extra one. All right, so to convert these, I need the next tier, and for that, if I hit U on this, we'll go ahead and craft the tertium crystal up. Oh, that left this. Interesting, and I didn't check to see if that just used a use, and maybe that's why that one broke on me. But the good news is I've got that left around. All right, so with this one, let's convert this, and this should give me 84 when I'm all said and done. And I can't do this right. There we go. So this should give me 84. Yes, that gives me 84 there. I can math that enough. So if I use this, okay, this is 940. and that gives me the Imperium. And yes, it uses a use to create the other, which is why that one disappeared. All right, so this, if I pull that one out. If I do this one, it should give me 20 all set. Stop messing up there. All right, so this gives me 20 of these. And so now if I hit U on this, this gives me the Supremium. The 4 get used for this, and I've got 16 left over, which means I can now convert those into 4 Insanium. There's the 4 Insanium. And now, I hit U on this. Now I have my Master Infusion. Okay. So yes, I think the numbers are right. At some point, I must have made an extra one of these because I miscounted. So this needs this needs these 4, which ripples down, but we also need the 5 of the bottom tier crystals. So yeah, I think if my math's right, 5,486 is the number of these Inferium essences that are necessary. And that's just a leftover. So we'll keep that. Yay. And I'm pretty sure I counted the prosperity shards correctly. It's just 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and then another 20. So I didn't realize that one because I hadn't paid attention to the durability on this, and you need to use a lot of these to be able to get that done. And yes, this will now do blocks of the various, which had I been able to do blocks of the Inferium, I still would have been able to use that first crystal. Oh well, not that bad of a use. I'm going to come over to here now that it's night, and I'm going to drop off all of those because I'm just going to be using the Master Infusion Crystal going forward because it's unbreakable. Yay, that's the best. Now here, I have bog standard 9x9 with a water in the center, and I like putting a light source underneath whenever possible because that illuminates these in here. And let's see if I can, I got some kelp in there, so I can click this on top. It does. You can put it inside, and that keeps that section waterlogged, but I want to have this on top. I'm going to put that there. By default, the harvester pylon, which is not all that hard to make, just quartz slabs and polished blackstone. Says that you can configure from 3 to 3 up to 9x9 blocks, which is great. Needs a hoe by default, but maybe power related. Power would be good. Yeah, according to this, it says it does need the hoe, so that's the way the mod pack is configured. In that case, I don't have one here. Do I have one over here? I do. This is my piratical gardener is going to go in here. Doink. And so what should happen, yeah, it does use durability, unfortunately, but boom, it harvested all of those, shoved them into my ender chest. And why are you not? Oh, because you're the wrong type of ender chest. I need a diamond and make it my chest because I'm possessive that way. And don't want anybody else to have my chest. So now as I dump this into there, that gets slurped in, and I just noticed that it does give me seeds. Here, let's put that there. Well, I didn't just notice that. I did do a few harvestings before, and so I do have a few extra seeds. In fact, 14's not bad. I'm going to grab, let's grab 18 of these. Put them down there. Because I've got Inferium, so, well, I should upgrade, but I'm not. Let's put these right there. Plants by default, vanilla plants, which these are not, but by default, vanilla plants prefer to be in strips and not have more on the other side. How did I not have sufficient when I grabbed 18? Unless I miscounted. Anyway, I don't have an 18 yet. So these will grow, and I do have an Inferium watering can, which I had made a while earlier because that made standing around the various crops that don't. Okay, Completely lied, because that made spreading the grass much easier because I can just twerk the other crops along, except for mystical agriculture. You can't do those. I do like that harvester because it just harvests it away instantly. As soon as it grows, it's gone. And this hoe, I can repair. I can either repair it for experience or for using the Aether repair possibility. So what I do want to do is make the infusion altar, and we'll make. Oh, I need some red. There we go. Beets at this point is the easiest way for me to get red. So let's put that in there. So now I can create the infusion altar, one of those, and then 8 of these. Yep. And if I put the infusion altar down, I think if I put it right here, yes. Let's check to see it's all in the same chunk. It is. So I love that it gives you guidance as to where the rest of this stuff should go. Otherwise, I am off by 1. Give me that. Often. And then I wanted this button because it needs a redstone signal, and I'll use the button for that. And then it wants to, one of the things that are early on is making some of these. Oh, how to make inferium seeds? You just need 8 inferium. And I had easily enough of that, so I was able to make the 9 I wanted. And in the pack, you do get additional seeds if it's on the non-vanilla farmland. So there's a secondary. Well, I don't know. A secondary chance of 20%. So far, I've not harvested the fertilizer, but I have gotten a few seeds. So yeah, that's the way it is. Over here, I want to make some air seeds, and for that, I need 4 of these air agglomeratio. I have a hard time getting a good pronunciation for that because I keep wanting to do it as an Italian. Well, the words as Italian, not that I speak Italian, but I keep wanting to do that. All right, so let's grab 2 of those, and then non-stacking recipes. Irks. It is irksome. And then water, because I by default it actually shows it as air, earth, water, fire. No, I prefer where it's alphabetical: air, earth, fire, water, and that's why I've got it listed here in that order. All right, I rant about that every time because it irks me, but that's okay. We'll just the mod author can be wrong. All right. So with this, oh, I need some additional inferium. Yes, I do. Let's run back over here while the sun comes up. I'm going to put you away and grab a stack of you. And that should be sufficient. Don't need you here. Let's grab you and the seeds. All right. I'm going to make the air, earth, fire, water seeds really quick. This happens to be earth, and it doesn't matter the order. Put that there. Or do you care about the freaking order? That's okay. Earth, earth. Oh, I need the prosperity seed base. Never mind. I completely missed that. So let's use some more of our prosperity shards. Fortunately, I have a lot. So if we toss you up there, we do a spread of 2. Oh, no, this needs a 4. Like that. All right. Put the rest of you away. Run back over here. All right. Yeah, pays to pay close attention to the recipe. And the fact that it told me that it's making earth seeds tell me that the recipe is correct. So, yay. All right, air. We need the inferium and the seed base. There, air seeds. Move that over so I get the right thing. Yeah, air, earth, fire, water. Because it's important. I'll put that there. And yes, you can use hoppers to input the stuff here, or other programs. I really miss not having uh, XNet. XNet is a fantastic way of moving stuff about. Lots of filters and whatnot that you can use in it. But this manually works really well, and I'm not going to be making dozens and dozens and dozens of these. So I'm okay with just doing that manually. So let's put air, earth, fire, and water. And I will need these for later when I start making stuff. Let's do the Awakened Supremium. There we go. To make the Awakened Supremium, we'll need a different one of these altar setups, and it will use the cognizant dust and the air, earth, fire, water essences that you harvest off of those seeds, and you can turn a supremium block, which is 9, into an awakened supremium block. And so to get the top tier tools and weapons, I'm going to have to need some of this air, earth, fire, water, plus this stuff I can combine with things. So, oh wow, I guess the air blaze rod is, I can make breeze rods this way. I can awaken, that's not, yeah, all these different awakening things are necessary there. So air doesn't give you much. Let's see what earth does a lot more. I want the essence. Whoops. I will need to make a seed reprocessor if I keep getting as many. Interesting. Earth and nether essence will get me soul soil, and that's it. Okay. So there's ways of taking these essences and combining them. And the way I have this set up is it will. Oh, are you actually going to grow? No, they are growing here, but I prefer to have them on a better seed base, a better dirt. Let's let these actually grow up. I wonder, I've got, yeah, a couple of those went. Since I've got this here, yep, so here's the, why did you move? All right, so Inferium seeds, I've got some earth essence. I'm not sure why witches occasionally are dropping potions of swiftness, but I've occasionally got those to pop in. And I don't know why, but okay. I've got those 3. I can make real quick. See how far up I can make these. Because I can do better farmland. Let's do the tertium right now on these. And then I'm not sure if I will get back any of the inferium from this farmland. I got a few back. Okay, that's not bad. Anyway, looking at the farmland, this is normal. This gives me inferium output of 100%, which is the same as you get from the regular farm, but the secondary chance is a little bit better. This, oh, I got a less secondary chance, but I should be getting double the inferium out. So each one of these getting harvested should give me 2 inferiums. Okay, that's not bad. And it's now time to feed the cats. So I'm going to do that and let this run for a bit. And now for a little digression to talk about cats, because I've got 2 of them. Millie is a tortie, a cat that we most recently got going on 2+ years now. And Charlie, who is a just standard issue tabby cat, who we found outside our house, is going on 5 years now. Great cats. Charlie is extremely food oriented, and Millie is more play oriented. She just wants to have fun. We kind of think she may be a burnt orange cat, because the stereotype of orange cats is they have a single brain cell that they share amongst themselves, and Millie is kind of like that. She has some really dumb moments, but they're both lovely cats. And we end up feeding them 4 times a day. because for Charlie being the street cat that he was, he's got a delicate stomach, and if he eats too much, he'll throw it up. And we don't want to clean that up because that's annoying. So we feed him 4 times a day, 6 in the morning and 6 at night. I have a little tune that plays on my phone that is the alarm. It wakes me up at 6 in the morning. I feed the cats. It plays at 6 p.m. and they get wet cat food at that time. And I will mash it up with a little bit of extra water because they're desert creatures. They need extra water. And so we'll mash them up to force fluids on them. Charlie, especially, male cats need more fluid. We won't get into that. But it gives them a better, longer lasting life, and so we do that. The other thing too is if we just give them the wet cat food as a solid slice, they both pick it up and put it on the floor and eat it from the floor, even though they have very flat bowls to eat it out of. Annoying. So we mix it up with water. It's all good. At noon and at 10 p.m., we have some dry food dispensers that dispense a certain amount for them, and they know when it's getting ready to feed. It's about 3 hours since that last piece. During that time, I've been watching Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and some other videos while I've been using my watering can, and I upgraded this to the tertium, so it's a 7x7 area. I just kind of sat there and right clicked on the ground to sit there and speed up the planting growth a whole lot more. Anyway, the 6 a.m. 6 p.m. I have this little sound piece. It's about 40 seconds long. It's a snippet from an Anna Music video that is very quiet, and the cats have long recognized this sound, and will get super excited when it plays because one, it wakes me up in the morning to feed them, and two, at 6 p.m. it tells them it's food time. So it's been a great little piece. I'll play that little sound right now. Like I said, it's super quiet. It's from a longer piece that gets really kicking. It's lovely. I really enjoy almost all of the Anna Music pieces. Not so much the ones that are just like drum solos. Those are kind of go, meh, meh. But the rest of them are loads of fun. And I use this one, which is called Fiber Bundles, plus Aqua Harp and the Acoustic Curves. The first part, 16 to 40 seconds worth of those pieces are great for alarms for me because they're quiet, but they're sufficient to wake me up. Dealing with the niece, the DuckFarmer, she would play industrial nuclear disaster alarms, the stuff, and she would set that up at 6, 6:05, 6:10, 6:15, 6:30, and she kept snoozing them, and I'm going, you're training yourself to ignore the alarm. Mine works because it's super quiet, so it's not annoying to other people, but I get up with it. And so it doesn't have to be super loud and annoying. All right, enough digression on that and discussion. And I've gotten quite a lot of good stuff out of here. I was looking for something like 2,400. I'm drawing a blank off of the top of Inferium Essence to make the Supremium hoe. Each one of these Supremium ingots, or the gems too, they need 2 of the essences. So that's 8 Supremium. Let's go back to this one. So 8 Supremium, 8 Imperium, 8 Tertium, 8 prudentium and then 8 inferium to make this, plus a diamond hoe. So we go over here. Let's grab all this and make this stuff. First, I want to drop this in here and make those, and we'll put that there, and these others that I need. There we go. So there's the 10 of each that I need, and then we'll grab that too. So if we do this, I need 2 of you. Oh, I need 2 of you. And then I need 2, it really doesn't matter the order in which I put them in, but 2 of them, and then 2 of these, 2 of these, and 2 of these. And here's where we'll repeat this with the gems. There we go. And I could configure this with recipes and automate this stuff, but how often am I going to make these tools? Not all that often, frankly. So, you know, I'm probably going to make just the one of these. So one of those. I'm putting them into my inventory in case there's a quest for them. And that way it'll recognize that I have them. But looks like there is no quest, at least none that I've triggered. So this right here is unbreakable. So I can, thanks, Rain. I can come out here and swap this guy out. He got down to about 2/3, 3/4 damaged. And I went ahead and repaired him for 6 levels. And I also added the unbreaking on him. So that worked out very, very nicely. All right, so now that will just run. It'll just run continually. Now, the other thing, so that'll generate for me the Inferium Essence. Perfect. 65,000 I can hold in that one stack. I doubt that AFKing overnight is going to produce more than that. But I am getting these seeds, which frankly is kind of annoying. Yeah, I can make one and generate more seeds over time. You know, I'm only planting one of these essences. I don't need lots and lots and lots. So what I did is I generated this seed reprocessor. Not all that hard, machine frame, easy. The solium ingots, those are a little bit interesting. The solium dust, to make that, you got to have a golden mesh to sit there and do the soul sand. And it's a 50% chance of doing it. So I went ahead and threw a stack of the soul sand through. And something that I did, here's the gold mesh. I added Fortune 3 and Efficiency 5 on it because, hey, I can. Why not? But I took the upgrades out and just tossed them in here. And you can see I got, out of that one stack, I got quite a lot of dust and a bunch of these other things. But it processed one piece at a time instead of with these 2 in place, it would process half a stack. But the problem is every time it processes that half a stack, it does a calculation. Let's go back to this thingy here so you can see what I mean. It does a calculation. It rolls a dice to see, is it generating solium dust? 50-50 chance, yes, no. What about nether quartz? 17% chance, yes. Gold, nugget, you know, 15, 11, 10, 9, and 8, and 8. So for each item that's processed, in this case, I did them one by one, but if you did them with, say, 3 of the diamond updates, it would do an entire stack at one time. So it would roll roll the dice for the 50% for solium dust. If it was successful, it would generate, you know, the full 64 solium dusts. And then it would calculate for all of these. The problem is if you are very unlucky and you process that entire stack of soul sand as one batch and it fails each one of these, you get absolutely nothing for that entire stack. Whereas if you process it and you do them one at a time, it rolls that percentage each and every time it processes. So I got a whole lot more out of these because I ran them one at a time. If I were to run that with my netherite mesh and these 2, a single stack, it would roll the percentage twice. And I've done that with some rolls. Yes, when it is successful, you get the entire amount processed as a result, but there's a lot that you could miss out on. For example, not this one. Looking at this, I've processed some. How does this come from? So I did some crushed end stone, and there's a 1% chance of getting skulk screakers. And you can see I've got 6 in here. So that means I processed something like 600 percentage wise. I also got a whole bunch more of these echo shards and a bunch of these other, end piece parts. But because I processed them in smaller batches rather than larger batches, I actually got way more echo shards than had I didn't, because the percentages are so low. Anyway, rant. Uh, So I've got a lot of these seeds. I created the seed reprocessor. Yeah, it does need these soulium ingots. Not that hard to get. You can power it with coal, but I went ahead and made the ender gates. Not all that hard to make these. I've got all the bits for that. And these do 200k of power from each of them. And I've got plenty of power. That's way more than I need. Anyway, this will take a seed and break it down into 2 of the essences. And I've, similar to what I did here with an advanced pipe upgrade, I can filter out stuff. I'm doing the same thing with these 5 sets of seeds, inferium, and then the air, earth, fire, water. Set this up to only run when powered, and if we flip that there, yep, nope, flip it. So it's going to shove in, I guess it picked inferium seeds first, and this is going to slowly process these down, gives me double each time, and it feeds back into the chest, and I've got spots already for them. So this way, as I generate these various seeds for the various types of essences, I'll put a spot for the essences in here, and then the seeds will just all get reprocessed away back into essences, because I really don't need multiples. If I do want multiples, like I only want to make a single wither skeleton seed, or let's say a dragon seed, if it makes additional seeds, then I might as well, and I want to generate lots of them. Don't, but if I did, then I would use my buttering can to sit there and speed up the production till I get enough seeds, plant them, and when I get sufficient, then I'll put that seed into the filter and let it get processed out. I'm not going to do all the seeds. There's so many different essences of different types, and frankly, I don't need them all. But there are a few that I can only get through this. I probably will do another. I probably won't, just because I don't need that. Dragon egg. You can make a dragon head, which doesn't matter because you can use for this any type of head. So I don't need them. I actually don't really have any heads at this. Oh no, I can get wither skeleton heads. So okay, if I need that, I can do that. And then there's the dragon egg chunk. I can make a dragon egg. Well, I've got that. Oh, I do want to make that because I want to take the deep slate and reinforced obsidian block to make the reinforced deep slate. That will open up deeper and darker mod, and I can go in and fight the wither, not the wither, but the wardens and all the skulk stuff in there. So yeah, I'll make one of these. This comes from this seed, the dragon egg. So I've got the scales for it. I need to make the crux to go underneath it. If we hit U for this, and yeah, so it needs a crux. It needs either tier 5 or tier 6 farmland to grow on. And yeah, I'll make that one just because that gets me access there. All right, well, there we go. This is processing through. How are you doing? A lot of seeds. This is producing a lot of seeds, but that's 1,000 inferium for me, which will speed that up. And one of the things I really, really want to get, I've got here. Let's go here. Supremium. I've already got my angel ring, which is great, but this is the best armor, the awakened supremium. For that, I need to make the regular supremium. And once these are in place, I can actually put augments in them. And the supreme chest plate, I can augment with flight, which would be very, very nice. I like having multiple redundancies as far as flight is concerned. Uh, as of right now, I haven't died yet on the server. So if I die and my armor disappears, I would still have my angel ring as a backup that I could pick up and then go hopefully recover my body. And if I die a second time without recovering, I still have my jetpack, so I can get back to my body. And if I die a third time without recovering, then I'm pretty much hosed. So I might make a second or third flight ring just in case I need it. But this is great armor. So if we look at the chest plate, it has a 10 armor and 3 toughness. If I look at my current diamond, it's 8 armor and 2 toughness. Let's take a look at what netherite armor looks like. Netherite chest. That is 8-3 with 10% knockback. So it's a little bit extra toughness, but it's not as good as the Supremium armor. And the Awakened armor is even better still. Let's delete all this and go back. Supremium. I mistype it. Okay, so this one, 12 and 3.5. So it's better still. And I really would like to have the Awakened sword, which does so much more damage, especially with the extra strength in it. It could be do something like 40 damage. This right now is this does 21. So 21 versus, this is 29 without any augments on it. So that in the pack, as near as I can see, that's the best armor and weapons. And I do like mystical agriculture for generating resources. Oh, I did make that little bit behind me. This is the hyper box, and if I right click it, it takes me to my own little chunk, and each one of these sides has its own little excuse me, it has its own little symbol. And you can input and output stuff from those. So if I really, really wanted to, this one is the top, and that corresponds to the top up there. I could have pipes pushing stuff into here, and then I could use one of these other 5 sides to output stuff. And the way the cube is in the ground right now, I can't access all 6 sides. But if I put it up in the air, I could input, output stuff from all the different sides. So I could put some very big, complicated mechanism in here. I have no plans for that right now. I just decided to make it because it pairs with this void portal. And so I've got it, but I don't know if I'll use it. But it completed the quest. Anyway, do really like the mystical agriculture. It's a very server-friendly way of generating resources because you don't have to go out and mine a bazillion blocks. You don't have to murder a bazillion mobs. Instead, you can just let the plants grow. And with the pylon and even with the watering can, the tick is very low on a server. Far less with that farm that I've got than the mob farm. It produces far more tick. So it's good. It's a better way of generating resources for a server, which since we have an active server, I like making sure that it runs well. Anyway, this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here, playing Factory in the Sky on the FTOG server and ranting about cats and server tick and all sorts of different things because, I go in these digressions. And thanks for watching. Bye.